Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Justin Davis from Drone Camps RC. I have two different cameras sitting here for you to look at today. One is the Runcam Eagle and the other is the Runcam Swift. I've had these cameras for quite a while, a few months, and I really got to know each one of them. Now, originally Runcam sent me one of their prototype Eagles. It's featured there on the left. You can see that magnesium alloy that hasn't been coated yet in that pretty kind of orange color they do. You can get orange or black. I tend to like the orange ones myself. Now, the first one they sent me was, something was wrong with it, and it looked really bitmapped and it looked really pixelated. So I worked with Runcam and I worked with their engineers, and we could not come up with a solution to why it was bitmapped and pixelated looking. We tried all kinds of different settings, changed the brightness, contrast. We played around with the DNR and the DW DNR. It did not work. Whatever we did, we tried all kinds of different settings, and I could not get that one to work. So eventually this one ended up going in my box and kind of staying there. Now, they just sent me this new one to work with, and this is a version that has been further tested and is retail ready. Now, how it stacks up to the Runcam Swift is very questionable. Both of them have really good qualities and aspects that can be considered for your FPV aircraft. Now, the Runcam, the Eagle itself is actually a great camera, and it comes in 16:9 or 4:3, so you can choose depending on which goggles you have. I have the Fat Shark Dominator HD version 2s, so I'm running 4.3, so I chose the 4.3 edition Eagle myself. Now, I have been running Swifts on just about all of my aircraft, and they are 600 TVL. That's this one over here, and it's a great camera. It works very well, and it's not the cheapest camera out there, but it does work very well. Now, the Eagles, I've had trouble with that first one, like I said, so I really wasn't all that interested in it right out of the box. It kind of gave me issues. So super high resolution with an image problem, that's not good. But the new one seems to be working great. I don't have any of that same problem, so now I can give you a proper opinion. Now, the power inputs on both of these are the same. They're both running 5 to 17 volts, respectable range. Anything over 17 volts and you'll fry it. Under 5 and it won't power up. Now, the Eagle is a little bit heavier. The Eagle's weighing in at 16 grams and the Runcam Swift is weighing in at 12 grams. Now, the neat thing about the Eagle is it is switchable between NTSC and PAL. You don't have to worry about ordering a certain version of PAL or NTSC. Sometimes people mess up and they order the PAL version, but with this one it doesn't make a difference. You can go into the OSD on the Eagle and you can switch it back and forth to PAL or NTSC. That's pretty cool. Both do feature OSD on there, so if you plug in the little cable on the back side here, you can go right into your monitor and you can make settings and changes inside the camera. Now, one really important thing to consider when you go to buy either one of these cameras is the sensor that's inside it. And if you're new to FPV, you want to be aware that most guys want the CCD cameras. Those are usually a little better, and the CMOS cameras don't have the best reputation. They're kind of like the bottom end camera. So the Runcam Eagle does have a CMOS sensor in it, but if you're running 16:9 goggles, this is probably going to be a good bet for you. If you have 4.3 goggles, don't worry about it. You can run either one of these cameras. However, the Runcam Swift actually has a CCD in it, and it is a Sony sensor, so you do get a pretty decent picture on there. And we'll show you some low-level light changes from bright to dark, or from dark to bright, and I'll show you how each of those cameras handle that transition. That's a big deal. When you're coming up out of the trees with your FPV quad and you go into a super bright condition, the camera takes a moment to adjust. So essentially you're going kind of flying blind for a split second until the camera adjusts, and that's really important for FPV flying because we do quite a bit of light to dark and dark to light changes. Now there's quite a difference in shadow definition between these two cameras. The Swift, it has sort of a more of a muddy looking shadow definition in it. When you fly next to a tree line and you look at the shadows on the tree, you're going to see mostly a muddy black video. And with the Runcam Eagle, you're going to see something a little more defined. You're going to see lights and darks. You're going to see where the shadows come out from behind the trees, and it has a lot more definition. You're actually going to see grass when you're a little bit higher up. It gives you quite a bit more definition over top of the Swift. Now let's go ahead and give it a quick summary before we go out in the field. You know, we have 800 TVL on the Runcam Eagle, and we have 600 TVL on the Runcam Swift. There is a bit of image definition, better image definition in this one. However, you have more lens flare in this one. So when you're coming up above trees and you fly straight into the sun, you will see a lot of lens flare on that one. We probably need to see some type of lens coating on these cameras coming up so that we have less glare on them, kind of like you get with reading glasses, but it would make them quite a bit more expensive. So I would like to see that in future versions of some FPV cams. I would pay actually a little more money for that. Now I want to give you some background on the Runcam company that you guys might not know about, little insider information. Runcam sends out prototypes to folks like me and other pro pilots around the world to do some testing with them, and I write notes about stuff back and forth, and we did probably about 3 weeks worth of emails to help hash out some of the issues with this original prototype. I did not put a review of it up when they first sent it to me, mainly because I was kind of working back and forth with them and we had some issues with it. But we're at a good spot now, and they finally got a product out that is very high quality for you guys. So before we go out and look at the footage, one last thing I wanted to show you was the cable that comes with it. It is coated in silicone, and most of the cameras that I've gotten, the HS1177 and other cameras out there that are great cameras, they don't come with silicone cables. They usually come with cables like this. There's these plastic coated kind of stiff, really stiff, cables. I don't like these. They melt and fry and smoke when I'm trying to do some soldering. So silicone cables are very, very nice. I've had other guys at the field, see these in my box and just want to borrow them because they are so nice. So very nice product from Runcam. I'll put a link down in the description below for you guys can check out, so you guys can check out either one of these on the internet. So let's go look at some flying footage before we end this episode. Thanks again for hanging out with me. I'm Justin Davis from Drone Camps.